Hello, everyone. This is Rose Snow. We are talking today about freedom and liberty. First difference between the two comes in etymology. Freedom comes from the Anglo-Saxon, while liberty comes from the Old French. So there we go. As far as the definitions go, they're pretty much interchangeable, pretty much identical. The other thing is the thesaurus does have them as synonyms with each other. William Wallace talked about freedom for the Scottish people so that they would not be under the oppression of the British government and their horrible laws that were crushing the spirit of the Scots. Patrick Henry talked about liberty, liberty from the British, from their crushing laws that were breaking the souls and the spirits of the American colonists. So both of these men were talking about the right of self-government, the right of autonomy, the right to have a say-so in how they are ruled, how they are governed, the right to rule and govern themselves. Now, Jesus Christ in his ministry mentioned that belief in him would give freedom indeed. That is, we are no longer under the bondage and manipulation of the devil and having to follow his pushing here and there. We actually are free to make our own decisions on following God's laws. Paul then talks about the law of liberty and throws a bunch of things in about we are completely free. We don't have to do the holy days. We don't have to circumcise. We can eat pork or anything else that we want to. But then he also goes throughout other epistles and talks about that we must do this, we shouldn't do this, we should do this, we can't do that. Peter mentioned that this was a little bit confusing to people who were unlearned in the Jewish laws and practices. Now, James mentioned that if you are doing all of these things, it's a good possibility that you're not really saved because even the devils believe in Jesus and tremble. So there were some issues being addressed here with the concept of liberty. It does not mean anarchy. It does not mean that you are completely free to do whatever the hell you want to do to whomever you want to do. But you do have the right to govern yourself and your own actions. There are consequences for these actions. What you reap, you do sow. And there are laws in every land, whether they're good or bad, that are followed or not with consequences attached. Now, deeper than this, it's the territory of deep philosophy. But as far as I can tell, for the regular people, liberty and freedom are pretty much synonymous concepts and are very important, very important. The right that we have to be represented accurately and that we have a say-so in the laws that govern us is one of those things that goes back to our founding. Whether or not we are still following those founding principles is a topic for another day. However, give me liberty or give me death, freedom. Yes. So you guys, here's to a better tomorrow. Thanks a lot.